Are you ready to live your best life, even in your later years? Aging comes with its challenges, but did you know that the way you think and speak about these changes can have a powerful impact on your health, relationships, and overall happiness? In this video, we're diving deep into 3 things you absolutely should not say, and more importantly, how you can change the way you communicate to create a positive and fulfilling life after 65. Why should you watch until the end? Well, because the choices you make today can shape your future. You'll learn how simple adjustments in your words and actions can drastically improve your well-being, enrich your relationships, and help you embrace the beauty of aging with grace. By the time this video is over, you'll be equipped with a mindset and strategies to make your golden years not only manageable, but truly enjoyable. In the first part of this video, we'll tackle the importance of what you don't say, starting with how your health-related complaints might be doing more harm than good. Let's shift from complaining to accepting and instead focus on building mental resilience. You'll also discover why speaking poorly about your children, grandchildren, or others can slowly erode family bonds and what you can do to change that. Plus, we'll explore how repeating the same old stories can unintentionally keep you stuck in the past and away from enjoying the present. So, are you ready to create a new mindset for a healthier, happier, and more connected life? Stick with us until the end and learn practical steps that can lead to a fulfilling future. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Part 1. 3 things not to say. 1. Don't complain too much about your health. As we age, our bodies inevitably change, and it's hard not to feel the effects. Old age often comes with its fair share of physical limitations, aches, pains, and chronic illnesses that seem to creep up on us like unwelcome visitors. It's tempting to complain about these changes. After all, who doesn't want to vent when things don't feel the way they used to? But have you ever paused to reflect on whether constantly talking about our health issues truly helps us heal, or if it just drags us deeper into a pit of frustration and negativity? Is it possible that complaining might just make things worse, not better? We all know that aging can be tough. It feels like every time we wake up, there's another joint that aches or another part of our body that doesn't quite work as smoothly as it did before. Complaining, in some ways, is a way for us to express our feelings of helplessness and dissatisfaction with a body that is no longer as strong, flexible, or resilient as it once was. And let's be real, it's hard to feel positive when you're struggling with fatigue, back pain, or restless nights. But let's look at this from a different perspective. Does just talking about our discomfort day after day really make us feel better? Does it help us heal or find peace? Or does it only deepen our negative thoughts, prolong our frustration, and perhaps even wear on those around us? The reality is that when we complain, it often becomes a habit. It can feel like a small release of all the pent-up frustration and discomfort we're experiencing. But I challenge you to think about this. Complaining, though it might momentarily relieve emotional pressure, doesn't fix anything. It often amplifies the very thing we want to escape. Constantly talking about our health issues doesn't take away our pain, and it certainly doesn't make us feel more energized. It only feeds a sense of dissatisfaction, which over time can grow and affect our emotional well-being. And that dissatisfaction doesn't magically change anything. It doesn't make the aches go away, nor does it lower the blood pressure or heal wounds. What it does is burden the mind with even more negativity, preventing us from experiencing peace or joy. Acceptance is the first step toward peace, and it's often the hardest. Accepting that our bodies will inevitably slow down and face limitations as we age is an essential part of this journey. Yes, it's a harsh truth to confront, but it's also an important one. Accepting the natural course of life doesn't mean giving up or resigning to a miserable existence. No, far from it. It means recognizing and embracing the reality that we are not invincible and that our bodies won't always function as they once did. And that's okay. The sooner we make peace with that, the sooner we stop resisting the inevitable and begin to find comfort in what still works, in what we still can do. Once we accept this truth, we free ourselves from a constant fight against time. We begin to realize that the lines, the wrinkles, the creaky knees, and even the aches we feel are not just signs of decline. They are testaments to the life we've lived. These changes are proof of the experiences, the lessons, and the beautiful journey we've been on. Every wrinkle is a story, every ache is a memory of a life well lived, and every step is a reminder of the roads we've walked. In accepting this, We take the focus off of what's missing and instead appreciate what we have. The opportunity to still be here, to still breathe, to still see the sunrise and hear the birds sing. And once we accept, we must take the next step, transforming our mindset. Instead of focusing on our ailments and giving in to the urge to complain, we must actively shift our thoughts. Ask yourself, what can I do to improve my health today? What small change can I make to feel better? Replace the complaining with small but powerful action. Maybe it's incorporating more vegetables into your meals, getting out for a short walk each day, or practicing deep breathing exercises to calm your mind. These small but meaningful changes can help us regain a sense of control over our health, which is so important. It's empowering to focus on what we can do rather than what we can't. By embracing change and action, we breathe new life into ourselves. And here's the thing, when we make these positive changes and transform our mindset, we begin to inspire those around us. Instead of burdening our family with complaints, we offer them hope and positivity. Imagine telling your loved ones, "I'm working on improving my health," rather than, "I'm feeling miserable." Imagine shifting the focus from pain to progress. When we talk about the things we are doing to take care of ourselves, we not only lift our spirits, but we also uplift those around us. We become a source of inspiration instead of a drain of negativity. Gratitude plays an important role in this transformation. It may sound cliché, but it's a powerful tool for living with peace and joy. We can still be grateful for the little things, even when life is challenging. Be grateful for waking up each morning. Be thankful for the opportunity to be with family, to enjoy their company, and to share moments of love and laughter. The simple act of focusing on gratitude can shift our emotional state from one of despair to one of hope and resilience. The truth is, complaining doesn't just affect us, it ripples out to those we love. Our family, our friends, our children, and our grandchildren want us to be happy, to be content, and to feel at peace. They want us to enjoy the days we have left and to find joy in our lives, no matter how our bodies may be changing. When we constantly complain, we inadvertently add weight to their hearts too. Instead of bringing joy and light, we can sometimes become a source of heaviness, and that's the last thing we want for those we care about. Let's remember that our loved ones want to see us thriving, not just surviving. They want us to live out our golden years with love and laughter, not bogged down by the weight of negativity. Life is a precious gift, especially in our later years. We may not be able to stop time or change the inevitable challenges that come with aging, but we can choose how we approach it. We can choose to stop complaining and start embracing each day with gratitude, positivity, and love. Every new day is an opportunity to shift our mindset, take small actions toward better health, and live life to the fullest. Don't let the struggles of aging rob you of the joy and peace you deserve. Let go of the complaints and embrace the beauty of life, no matter how old you are. After all, the soul can stay youthful, no matter what the body goes through. 2. Don't speak poorly of your children, grandchildren, or others. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. As we age, we often find ourselves with more time to reflect, observe, and sometimes dwell on the small moments that fill our lives. This newfound time can be both a blessing and a challenge. As we reflect on the past and navigate the present, we sometimes unintentionally allow the trivial occurrences in our families to dominate our thoughts and eventually our words. It's so easy, in the quiet of our later years, to begin critiquing the world around us, especially those closest to us, like our children and grandchildren. We may criticize them out of frustration, a sense of concern, or simply because we see the world through the lens of our own experiences. But, oh, how damaging this can be to the sacred bonds of love and trust that we've worked a lifetime to build. Criticism, whether born from genuine concern or a burst of emotional frustration, has a way of creating walls between hearts, walls between generations, and sometimes even walls within our souls. The harsh words that come from us, who have lived many decades, can easily be misinterpreted by younger generations, and these misunderstandings can breed distance and hurt. I've witnessed this firsthand, the way a well-intended remark meant to help can shatter the spirit of a child or a grandchild. This is where we must pause and take a breath. It is vital to remind ourselves that the world in which our grandchildren are growing up is vastly different from the one we experienced. The world they navigate today, faster, louder, and more complex, has its own set of challenges, ones we may not fully grasp unless we open our hearts and listen. I've come to realize that when we speak poorly of our children or grandchildren, what we're often doing is imposing our generational mindset onto their reality. This is so unfair, for no matter how much we wish they could understand the world as we once did, their experiences, their struggles, and their victories are their own. Instead of nurturing understanding, criticism can leave them feeling unloved, misunderstood, and cast aside, like they're constantly falling short of some unspoken standard. It breaks my heart to think of how often this can happen when, if we chose our words more carefully, we could offer a lifeline of support and love instead. When we allow ourselves to slip into the habit of speaking poorly of others, it's like we're opening a door to a flood of negativity. This negativity feeds on itself. One critical thought leads to another until we find ourselves constantly searching for faults, unable to see the beauty in others because we're too focused on their shortcomings. And in doing so, we lose something precious, not just the peace within our hearts, but the connection we have with those we love most. The very act of criticizing can drive a wedge between us and those we care about, pushing them away and making them hesitant to be around us. I felt it too, that slow and painful drift. It's isolating, it's heartbreaking, and in the end, it's unnecessary. But here's the truth that I've come to believe more deeply as I age. No one is perfect. Not our children, not our grandchildren, not even us. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses, and that's okay. We are all, in our own ways, growing, learning, and making our way through this complicated life. So, instead of criticizing, why not offer encouragement? Imagine the impact we could have if, instead of pointing out faults, we chose to lift others. A kind word, a gentle nudge, can change the course of someone's day, their week, and even their life. Instead of saying, "You never listen when you work," try, "I know you can do better if you take a moment to think it through." The difference between those two statements is profound. The first puts up walls, the second opens doors. I have found that when I stop speaking poorly of others, especially those I love, I feel lighter, freer, and more at peace within myself. It's like a burden has been lifted from my heart. Focusing on the good, even in small things, brings joy. I find myself cherishing the quiet moments with my family, listening with love, and watching my grandchildren grow with a deep sense of pride. There's so much beauty in the everyday, and when we stop clouding our thoughts with judgment, we can see it all around us. A home filled with laughter, kindness, and love is not something that happens by accident. It is the result of conscious choices, tender words, and an open, accepting heart. When we choose not to speak poorly of our children, grandchildren, or others, we are sowing seeds of peace, seeds of understanding, and most importantly, seeds of love. In the end, maintaining harmony in our family is not just about keeping the peace. It's about nourishing the souls of the ones we love. The joy and serenity we create within our homes is something we carry with us, providing us with the energy and strength to face the later years of our lives with purpose and meaning. So let's choose our words with care, for in them lies the power to heal, uplift, and create a lasting legacy of love and connection. 3. Don't keep repeating old stories. Old age is a time when we naturally find ourselves looking back on the past. Our minds are often flooded with sweet memories, moments of heroism, and even the painful losses we've endured. It feels as though those memories, both joyous and sorrowful, have become constant companions, shaping the very essence of who we are. They represent the road we've traveled, each turn revealing the victories we've celebrated, the battles we've fought, and the profound lessons we've learned along the way. But I ask you this, does constantly retelling those stories, those fragments of the past, truly bring us peace and happiness? Or do they inadvertently pull us further away from the richness of the present? At times, revisiting the past seems like a way to affirm our worth, to find recognition from others, or perhaps to simply escape the weight of the present. We may find ourselves repeating stories of our youth, how we worked tirelessly, how we raised our children, or how we overcame the hardships that life threw our way. These stories are beautiful, undeniably a part of our journey, and worthy of being cherished. But when we repeatedly recount them, we must ask ourselves, are these stories captivating the listener, or are they just polite acknowledgments from those around us? When we fall into the habit of repeating old stories, especially to younger generations like our grandchildren or friends, we may unintentionally create a sense of monotony. Those stories that once felt so significant to us may begin to feel stale and irrelevant to others, disconnected from their current lives and experiences. This can create an emotional gap, even if we don't realize it. What we long for, appreciation, connection, and understanding, can become a source of fatigue for those who are simply listening out of politeness. It's heartbreaking, isn't it, to think that our precious memories, those defining moments of our lives, might be lost in the sea of repetition. It's heartbreaking, isn't it, to think that our precious memories, those defining moments of our lives, might be lost in the sea of repetition. But here's the truth we must face. Dwelling too much in the past robs us of the chance to fully appreciate the present moment. The past, whether filled with beauty or tinged with sorrow, is done. We cannot change it, we cannot relive it, and it won't bring us lasting joy if we're constantly stuck in its shadows. The present, however, is a gift, a precious moment that we can hold in our hands, with all its potential for happiness, connection, and peace. But if we're forever anchored in what has already happened, how can we truly live? How can we fully embrace what is before us? Take a moment and reflect. How many times have you sat with your grandchildren or shared time with your loved ones, only to realize you spent more time talking about past hardships than listening to their stories, their laughter, and their experiences? How many meals have you shared with your family, only to have your mind wander back to old memories of struggles and pain? The past is important. It holds the lesson we need to grow. But the present, that's where life unfolds. That's where the real magic is happening. And to live fully in it, we must let go of what no longer serves us. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing to honor the past with gratitude rather than clinging to it out of fear or habit. The past should be the foundation from which we build our present, not the chains that keep us shackled to memories that no longer nourish us. So, how do we break free from this cycle of repetition? It begins with telling our stories in a new way, with a deeper meaning. Rather than just recounting what we did, we can share the wisdom that we gained along the way. Instead of saying, "Back in the day, I worked tirelessly to support the whole family," try saying, "Through all the hard work, I learned that love and perseverance are the true foundations of a happy, fulfilling life." It's these lessons, the emotional truths behind the stories, that will captivate and connect us to others in a way that creates a lasting bond. Sharing those insights with others doesn't just keep the memory alive, it enriches the listener and leaves them with something to carry forward. Another way to stop repeating the past is to shift our attention away from what's behind us and toward what's in front of us. Look around and discover new things that excite you. Find joy in small moments that once went unnoticed, or take on new hobbies that invigorate your soul. These small actions won't just help you enjoy life, they'll also breathe new life into your relationships, creating connections that are built on the present, not on old memories. Life is not defined by what has already been lived. It's defined by what we choose to live now. The past shaped us, but it's the present that holds the promise of true happiness. So let those old stories rest. Stop rehashing them over and over and instead create new memories, new experiences, and new chapters to share. Life is still unfolding, and every day presents an opportunity to write a story that will be filled with meaning, love, and joy. Your memories are the wind in your sails, pushing you forward, not the anchor that keeps you stuck in a time long gone. There's still so much beauty, so much to experience, waiting for you. Let every moment you live become a part of the story you're still writing. And as you do, too, you'll find that not only are you living your best life, but you're creating an atmosphere of love, peace, and excitement for those around you, too. This is your time. Don't let it slip away in the shadow of memories that no longer serve you. Choose to live, choose to be present, choose joy. Part 2. 3 things not to do. 1. Don't isolate yourself. As we grow older, the urge to retreat into solitude becomes stronger. The noise of the world, the busyness of life, the constant rush, it all seems overwhelming, and many feel the desire to step back, to create a space where they can just breathe. It's natural to want some quiet, a peaceful moment away from it all. But my dear friend, we must be careful, because sometimes what begins as solitude can easily slip into isolation. Slowly but surely, we find ourselves withdrawing, limiting our interactions, avoiding conversations, and cutting ourselves off from the people who care about us. What starts as a simple need for rest can turn into a dangerous habit of isolation. And trust me, that can have profound consequences for your mental and physical health, as well as your overall happiness. Let's pause for a moment and reflect on this. As human beings, we are born with an innate desire for connection. We are social creatures, wired to interact with others. This need doesn't magically disappear with age. Our hearts and minds crave relationships, shared moments, and the warmth that comes from simply being with others. It's a truth we cannot ignore. When we choose isolation, we close ourselves off to the very things that nurture us: companionship, support, and empathy, things that are essential to maintaining our mental well-being as we age. And here's the heartbreaking part. So many elderly people feel that their value has vanished as the years have passed. They believe that because they're no longer as physically vibrant or as useful as they once were, they no longer have a place in this world. They feel like a burden, invisible to the younger generation. And that belief leads them to retreat further into themselves. But my friend, this is a tragedy, and I cannot emphasize this enough. Your worth does not fade with age. The wisdom, the experiences, and the lessons you've gathered over the years are priceless treasures that only you can offer. These are the gifts that can guide younger generations, can help them navigate the challenges of life with grace. Your life has meaning, and you have so much to share, if only you open your heart. Imagine, for just a moment, what would happen if you chose to shut yourself off completely. If you lived every day alone, with no connection to the world outside your door, how would you feel? How would your mind start to unravel in the silence? Studies have shown, time and time again, that social isolation is a leading cause of depression, anxiety, and even cognitive decline. Without the comforting presence of others, our minds start to spiral, getting caught in negative thoughts and feelings of loneliness that seem to weigh heavier and heavier with each passing day. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment Toby below to let me know that you are still here with me. But there is hope. The truth is that connecting with others, whether it's with family, friends, or even strangers, has an incredible healing power. When you talk with your loved ones, when you laugh with them, when you share your stories, you create bonds that nourish your soul. It keeps you grounded, it lifts your spirits, and yes, it even helps your body stay healthy. Socializing can reduce your stress levels, help you sleep better, and even improve your heart health. The science is clear. Connection truly extends our lifespan and enhances the quality of life. Maybe you're thinking, but I'm older now. How can I possibly make new friends or get involved in social activities? I hear you. It's easy to feel like it's too late, that the world has moved on and you're just standing on the sidelines. But I assure you, it's never too late. Making connections doesn't have to be hard or intimidating. It can start with something as simple as a friendly conversation with a neighbor, a phone call to a relative, or even joining a local senior center or community group. These small actions are not just acts of kindness, they're acts of love toward yourself, reminders that you still have so much to give and to receive. And let's not forget the power of technology. Yes, it might feel overwhelming, but trust me, today's tech is a gift. It's a bridge that connects us with family, friends, and even the world, no matter where we are. It's never been easier to call your children or grandchildren on a video chat or to join an online group that shares your interests. These tools aren't just for the young, they're for everyone who wishes to stay connected and feel like they are part of something bigger than themselves. Please don't let isolation steal your joy. You deserve so much more than long, lonely days. You deserve to be surrounded by laughter, by love, and by warmth. Every single day is an opportunity for connection, a chance to embrace the people around you, to share your stories, and to open your heart. The world needs you, your experiences, and your wisdom. So take that step today. Say hello to the person next to you. Ask them how they're doing, and share something from your own heart. You might be surprised at how good it feels to reconnect, to rekindle that spark of love and laughter. Life is a journey, and no matter how many years have passed, you're still on it. Connection is the bridge that helps us navigate the ups and downs, the challenges and the joys. And you, my friend, deserve to walk that bridge with your head held high and your heart open wide.